All right. I've done. I. It's so funny. I wind up walking so much now that I don't have a car, just to get coffee, and it's great. Honestly, I love it, to be honest, because I love coffee. You know, this drink is my lifeblood, sort of. Um, but it's winter. It's supposed to be cold. I don't know why I have to now take a shower after walking just a few miles, you know? Like, I don't get it. Um, but, oh well. It's whatever. Um, fuck using, so I was out with, Georgia and Harley the other day, and we stopped by this, thrift store that was closed because it was like 10 at night, and went behind it to where they were throwing stuff out, because so if you go to thrift stores, a lot of stuff is like they throw out a lot, and so if you go around back you can always find a lot of interesting stuff. And so I found a dictionary, and which is good because I need one, and it's also got a thesaurus in it. And with that, I'm kind of like, the only reason to use the internet for like definitions and stuff is for like etymological research and nothing more. I don't like that. Why? There's nothing to just searching a word, unless you're going through the etymology, because then there's at least some interesting things. But it's like there's more from this, because you can see all the different conjugations of it, as well as it's just there's more to it. There's more to the physical dictionary than the online one, if that makes sense. Then yeah, the physical dictionary is way better than the online one. Oh, then Might is right. Funny how that always seems to come up inevitably. One of the things that always inevitably comes up. So I was writing for something. Where is my notebook? Where is that book? So I was writing about something, because I'm reading Burmese Days by George Orwell, and there's a bit of dialogue in it between the Doctor and Florrie in the beginning of the book, and it's a very interesting dialogue, because Florrie is an English colonialist, and the Doctor is a Burmese native, and it's a really interesting power dynamic to see in display, because they're on hypothetical equal footing when they're with each other, but at the same time they're absolutely not, because there's a power difference. It's interesting, because I find power dynamics interesting, but it's like it's just an interesting bit of dialogue that brings up a very interesting point that I guess I've been sort of thinking about a lot, but it kind of made it more clear, because so there's the Wallace E. Baker Diary of a Suicide, and which is, as Trevor Blake from Underworld Amusements characterized it as, the diary of a failed egoist, which is, if you read it, it's pretty, it's an accurate summation, but I don't think it's that simple, because with that there's also, because a lot of it is a result of the misinterpretation of might as perpetual strength, because and in reference to this, I'm going to as always, the person who published Might is Right and really brought it back from the dead, Shane Bugbee, who I'm friends with. Yeah, fuck you all. Anyway, and I have the copy of Might is Right that Shane got that started it all. You know, like, sure, you can say, you know, there were little leakages of it here and there. Like, you know, I know Boyd Rice likes to try and tag onto that as well because he did the album Might under Non, and it's like, okay, that's great, but you know that didn't do anything. You just read a bunch of text over your noise music, and like it's catchy. You know, I enjoy Might as an album. You know, it's probably, you know, aside from the Black Record, my favorite non-album, just because the subject matter. But it's like I don't. But it's like, you know, like, yeah, it was minimally credited, but it didn't do anything. You know, Boyd Rice is great, but his thing has always been he's been ahead of the cultural trends, only in that he's underground, in a sense, and gets ahead of it before everyone else. But you know, it didn't do much. You know, like it, and it's not like even that was a stirring of it. I think Might was released. When was Might released? Let me see. Unlike a dictionary, I will use this for things. I'm pretty sure it was 88. That would make sense. Because, you know, whenever Xena and Nicholas were on Bob Larson's show, you know, Xena directly commented on it. You know, because Bob Larson was reading from the Satanic Bible and asking Xena and Nicholas about it, and it was from the Book of Satan, which is, you know, those 3 pages, those 5-6 chapters of the Satanic Bible are lifted from Might is Right, and that's where, you know, that's why Shane republished it, in a sense, was because he was, you know, as he says, he was reading, he was gifted Might is Right at the same time as he was given a copy of the Satanic Bible, and was like, holy shit, this is the same fucking book. It's not entirely the same. It's been calculated less than 2% of it, but, you know, like, it's an interesting connection, and, you know, that's neither here nor there. Also, as a side note, Mark Fisher had a really good music taste. Like, I've been listening to songs he mentions in K-punk and stuff, and it's really, really good. Might. Okay, it was released in 1995. Okay, Boyd can't say that at all. Like, yeah, he read the Logic of Today on, I think it was Easy Listening for Iron Youth, but, you know, he didn't credit Redbeard. You know, at least in the thing with Bob Larson, Xena was like, you know, have you read Ragnar Redbeard? You know, Ragnar Redbeard wrote that, you know. So, you know, but, I don't know, just sort of interesting bits. But, yeah. Anyway, might is momentary, not perpetual strength. That's the idea. And so, with that, I'm curious, because is there might in moments of failure? Like, because a lot of it is based on valor, you know, the valor after the fact, but I would say, I don't think so. I think the might is in the moment, and afterwards, the strength is in the wisdom gained from that, maybe, or just the experience understood in some capacity and ruminated over. I'm not entirely sure, but that's what my head goes to. I'm still forming all of it. But it's an interesting idea. And yeah.